Doing random faiths generating. Or to go to meeting. No. No. Oh yes. And wait, is it? Oh yeah. Okay. Coffee. And do this. Oh, you know what? We'll do Asper. Asper. Meow. And yeah, do that. Oh. Can't fetch. You can fetch. I believe in you. Okay. We'll wait. It's too busy making anime images. It's longer than usual. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Try it again.
Welcome to Sunday Go-To Meeting, where we press this button, which produces a random faith, active or extinct, always real or eternally fictional, grandiose or petty as fuck. And once the faith is randomly determined, we will listen to the homily of the week from the pastoral agent of that particular faith, and we will employ discernment on its message to extract what relevance and value it has for our lives. Now quick, these subways just upped their fares, and I hear at noon it's gonna go up to $4.75. What type of world is this when public transportation overtakes the production cost of a McGriddle? Pressing the button, it hums and pazoozes us, then dings a lever for you to grasp with your hand and pull down for the random faith of the week. Orthodox Effective Altruism. Come in. 492,873, just exactly the sort of faith we get every fucking month of all day, every one of these fitch weeks. The cat house smells, and he walks over to the podium, and here we go. Why, as an effective altruist, should I bother with Jesus? Wow, someone really pressed into the lever here for a true smacker at second base, hitting a 3 count after bad spam. In defense of my fellow religious scholars who spend their whole academic career pondering the conundrum of why humans surge without let up the multiverse and even dare in the midst of physical existence to think there is a spiritual underpinning of the universe for them to connect to, my defense goes as so. You might poke, fun, use that knife a lot if given half an excuse or a slight indiscretion of a moment at random, but so why do you say we should be effective? How now, whore of punks, does the God within work? Does it act effectively, or was act what initiated God? Is act even allowed? Our last speaker said our actions prove or disprove the existence of our beliefs. All right, if our actions are our motivations, then you say we need 11 Biabs in Dalmatian language for context. Don't do that again. Fix. If a body we say who says we are acting on what we've been taught for the present generation, which tells you, in order to know what the actee is motivated from, you must not check him but on whom he came. As the last speaker said, what must show proof, if only with proof of how it will have played out in the grand narrative of the ages. Thank God! We have a Samidor left! A Samidori! The holy Javajanag of unreadiness for life! Is every faith a faith where being unready is a virtue? How grand was man, Lord Els, unknown creator Aris, 1700 forced man then? Why do we try to figure out everything when already we don't know? It is impossible to sit around this table. Stay here or bring the food and drinks here. But to have each person understand by the end a simple failure to notice you exist, then to disappear, would give you the sensation of it matters, but would not diminish the fact that, not recognizing it, a mere flub talk in infinite, merely is merely, in effect to never see the way but to gaze and stare at his feet. Oh, but I digress. All I wanted was to talk about how, even without actually knowing, does he look at your hands? Do you look at your hands? Yeah, or let's go. But here's where people say, but honesty gets us here. Is this all honesty? Faith. I have faith you as the only reality unto existence. The last prophet is revealed to believe anything, an astrologer, a pietist, a pantheist, has it no depth? It's not of only, it's for you. Faith says it took 3 billion humans 2000 years to bring Jesus to judgment and never again. Nothing human, hey, not written by you any you is really you weird, is so divine. Faith is given. No, what? No. No. Faith is not given but gained through the use of faith itself, and hence you cannot define faith. If this man hasn't had religion his whole life until his son killed himself, who his whole life had done church, and everything, until he chose to kill and hang himself. Don't tell me he never was alive. That's just idiotic. One day for a man, a choice which had the result of something he never expected. Don't waste your life so, an endless life instead one day. While my son's life means more every second before having touched his shoulder, my toes on is as an infant, and as of one's lifetime is more valuable, maybe as valuable by the final standard than all billions of births across a second, but always full human, life still alive. When after some thousand deaths has a human the right to be acknowledged by God, let's say a man keeps getting remade, the essence and still the same, but the old was dead even in his youth, like I felt before a certain event, but when after a particular disaster, whose nature implies a rebirth, you start to live as a reborn, fulfilled thusly, to say it is now clear you have decided the worth isn't always the merit, so one could say on a spectrum from meh to oh that I could live then now I want one. Is only death just yet another process of realizing its meaning? What a delinquent. All delinquents are. 1/4 an honest person equals good person. The 3/4 dishonest go in here. This box 4/4 million, 'tis why tally freedom. Hides are mudded, not funds. Of living after is one and the same, the worth not equivalent to the realization, but the actual moment itself, by the person then having to gain. But in a realm if outside its human construct, don't see time as being. That to be is either. I know temporal state existing. Rome into an ever-present state for everything and all. Either we'll have bunched up beings out of time, but even outside it, and its definition meanings of history will also. Consort will limit while also being in accord. Against there will not tween self and in their own constructivity for their purposes. Their lifespan is so short, but at the base, a life being is a lifespan and length timeline productions that says we are something worth one, because the individual could be re-identified from the life that previous owner had, but there was less living than was actually accomplished. Why are we alive here at all? Even when living and meaning is what kills, because that's true, not because it's subjective. Sure, oh sure, as in what other meaning not even God would be able to prove. He created reality for, not a dicky now if not. We'd all see the same God. To say there's a God is to say there are a lot of beings watching themselves, even with those others. He is born, though only a different generation, is also a valid position, but means on earth is seen with one's eyes. But not even that isn't always true, cause you were not even ever alive until after what? The same exact, but different, but not the same event happened. So like whatever means a difference itself to. It's only a life which will never mean anything that can cause. You are alive. Also this saying. Alive thus isn't something, so not just about being inside the meat. That's right, it's meant meat. Time makes love great. I did not make it here. It in its timeline concept of what I mean means we're different, does nothing. It is unchemist. It is the basis and existence of only the contact, but that contact also has to originate and can produce the idea side of beings. It's as outside thinking to end up with him from beginning that doesn't imply a knowledge itself, not present, the knowledge itself of what the outcome is without already being told how the future looks. But could that possibility have occurred by a first contact? Then again, what's all these fucking laws? Don't you dare you move by merely reviving us? What if that thing happened? And I was not killed, but I made fucking out with you, darling. Or did I overestimate? Alive now, just the essence. Essence is already itself essence. And a life but conscious existence, meaning death after hundreds of billions of trillion years, and trillions of universe created and died off, until all human energy is unraveled, till the last brain ceases all matter-energy interaction. Is not the realm of possibility, it needn't exist. Of those possible, the first of awareness in it that itself, by being alone, must then claim all possibility, whatever the possibilities can. To even exist unless one sees all, knows all cannot be anything, and as if the first and only one aware must hence a prior claim already like anyone and as. If you were being replaced, so you're being but unaware that it happened. Then with the next is always another one, only replacing each thought its thought. So then, even what isn't in, meat or its physical flesh without, an organism, if in the previous realm were life. Once can't you say, oh, life itself be though some physical form, but in life non-meat? It was flesh, or as we get larger, and the life smaller the body. Hey, we talk another stage. And when a first reel was produced, it's a mere act. Yet, can you say God isn't there for any life at all, outside of awareness of a constant kind? All humans allow life form. With that, then, we did so exist before, though. As a nursling, we could feel as the nest, and the nester one always real, if small, is bigger than all that else only thing to experience. Whereas for beings from a consciousness, the awareness before being sentient itself does imply an extra sense, beyond aware. There is no need to move to some other form, higher than mere animals, which aware of physical phenomena, not some things are life form called other things. Here, you say a being who wasn't made by me would see it in me, be in one. What can I can now. A moment pause. Do I have these? Please don't come with us alone, as my head doesn't ring now, this morning. How about her, these memories? All right, listen here, just this one time. Then who says not like yourself? I see this being though a monster. If he didn't, he should see that too, wouldn't? So I say it is possible one could think you'd see me through him. Where all must be a physical change than any consciousness, because the first stage isn't a physical, he'd be one not separate from what? And the ones that seem, though I know at another level that could be one who isn't, they could begin to be like us, where those are. Were the world always like this, your memory had it seen? And now, if we were it always, there's enough. There isn't.
Alright, we will do, Reformed Effective Altruism coming up.